Shikutse, and today I'll be making a recipe I've been making since grade 11 that was in my foods and nutrition textbook. It's what we called cooking back in the 70s. It's basic baking powder biscuits. Now, already into this bowl I put 2 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. And to that, I'm going to add a half a cup of either butter, margarine, or lard, your choice, or you could use a combination of their things. And mine's ice cold because I keep my margarine squares in the freezer because I buy them mainly to make biscuits. So. Now I know they say that you can use a cheese grater on frozen butter and it makes it a lot easier, but I found with margarine it just makes a big mess. So I just cut it into small little chunks and just keep adding it to the mixer. And I make biscuits a lot. And today this recipe is what I call a half batch. I usually double it, but I thought for this video I don't need to make a double batch. Because I started taking foods and nutrition in British Columbia in the 70s, back in grade 8, because I had to pick an elective and it was either shop or foods and nutrition. But back then, the way it worked is foods and nutrition took up half or 1 semester, and the other semester had to be sewing. But my stepmother was against a man being forced to take, or a boy being forced to take sewing. She argued with the school for me so that I could take cooking, and I didn't have to take sewing, so I ended up taking shop, automotive shop, instead of sewing. And I just basically kept up with foods and nutrition right up until the year I should have graduated, but like an idiot, I actually quit school a month before grad. Well, yeah, what can you do, Ray? Okay, now we're just looking for a 1/4 cup measure. I keep meaning to buy the shield for the top of this, but and you want your shortening, whatever you use, to be the size of a small pea, and you know it's ready to be combined. Okay, I can finish the rest by hand. Okay, now we're going to switch to the dough hook. I used to do this by hand, so if you don't have one of these machines, you could be using a mixing bowl and a pastry blender like this to do the margarine. Or another method is taking 2 kitchen knives and just like this until it's combined. But the other item works much better, so sorry, I keep keep stepping on my... Now, to this, with the machine running, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of water. You can use water, you can use milk. I've heard that people have even used like cold soup stock to give the biscuits a different flavor. It's totally up to you in which way you do it. Now we just wait for the dough hook to get it all combined. And it's a good day here in Saskatchewan to be baking because it is minus 25 degrees Celsius outside, so having the oven on will help warm up the apartment. That's always a good thing. Okay, we're going to need a touch more liquid this time. There we go. So, yeah, cooking was one of the classes in high school I enjoyed the most. Unless I was homesick, I never missed a class. Other classes, well, we won't go there, but... Okay. Use this to scrape off the top edges of the bowl. Make sure everything gets in there. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to get a piece of plastic wrap. And get your ball of dough. Just making sure every little bit gets combined here. I actually find baking relaxing. I know a lot of people don't. They find it stressful, but baking always, for me, has been a relaxing thing. Okay. Make a ball out of the dough. And then wrap it up. And you can either put this in the fridge to cool, if it's going to be a while before you make the biscuits, or you can put it in the freezer and chill it faster. I'm going to put it in the freezer and get it chilled really fast, and when it's properly chilled, we'll come back and continue with this video. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching. Alright, welcome back. Just gotta... I bought this little thing on Amazon because I was tired of getting the counter dirty every time I baked, so... And we'll take the chilled dough in the freezer. And I got these as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. They're basically biscuit cutters, or cookie cutters. This is the one I like for my biscuits. It's a nice size. Okay. And we need a good old rolling pin. Okay, first, flour to stop it from sticking. Believe it or not, for years I did not have a rolling pin. I used a wine bottle. And then I was in our dollar store last year and I saw Betty Crocker baking items. And this was one of them. This was $4 and I went, good price, I'll get it. Now you decide how thick you want these to be. And if you don't have one of these, you can use a cookie cutter, or you can just, like, say, take a glass, pick a size and use that to cut the size of your biscuits. Totally up to you. Okay, now we start I do a lot of my own baking. Like, I don't buy cakes anymore. I make them. I make my own bread. I make my own dinner rolls. It's actually cheaper when you think about the price of bread. I don't know about for everybody, but here where I live in Canada, bread's about almost $5 a loaf, and I ain't paying that. I just wait till flour goes on sale. Like a couple months ago, we had 20-pound bags of flour go on sale, 2 for $14. So I bought 40 pounds of flour, and I keep my flour in my fridge freezer. I don't know, I was told when I was younger that that's the best place to keep it. And so the bottom shelf of my fridge freezer is where I keep it now. Yes, I keep my flour, the stuff out anyways. Yeah, a Folgers coffee can. Hey, why not? It just beats having to buy something to store it in. I used to drink a lot of Folgers, but lately I buy coffee beans and I grind it myself. And since I've been doing that, I just can't really handle the taste of store-bought pre-ground coffee. To me, it just doesn't taste right anymore. Like for morning coffee, I like a good light roast. And afternoon or second pot of the day, because sometimes I'll drink coffee all day, I'll use a medium roast. And then if I feel like coffee at night, I'll use a dark roast. And sometimes I'll use a drip coffee maker. Sometimes I'll use a percolator, because I have an electric percolator. And sometimes I will use my French press. Mainly though the French press I use at night. It's just, except with flavored coffee, because you don't get as much of the flavor from a French press with flavored coffee as you would from a drip coffee maker. Okay, we'll just take this last little bit of dough. These go in a 425 degree oven for 10 minutes. And when they come out, I'll show you the results. Be back, and we're back. So, they're ready to come out of the oven now. And this is my baking powder biscuits. Thank you for being with me today in Jacuzzi's Kitchen, and wherever you are in the world, hope the rest of your day and night is fantastic. And as always, smiles for all. Jacuzzi here. And if you enjoyed the video you just watched, consider giving it a like and maybe a follow if you want me to do more. Thank you very much. Smiles for all.